they're not of the Most High. And now, when we fast forward to right now, as we speak, all of these false prophets, not just preachers, but we got brothers who are leading supposed to be man organizations. We got false prophets that are fleecing the flock, claiming coming in the auspice of being spiritual. We got false prophets everywhere, and our people are getting their ears tickled to no end. And I think that right there, people searching for the Messiah here on this earth, trying to big these people up and try to live vicariously through them and not addressing their own personal pains and traumas and seeking the Most High. That is the biggest problem. They're not testing the spirit of these people. And that's why you need brothers like Ringo who going to come out and point out the hypocrisy and point out what is going on with these people so we can do better. Because if we know better, we can do better. And at that point, I would like to yield. I don't want to get into the spirit of rambling here, but I just want to say that, and hopefully that would give some direction to the viewers of what I think about breaking these curses and actually coming together and building.
All right, so he yield his time. All right, Divine Lee Artist, you say you want to go next, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, set the key timer, Cool Gent, and let me know when you get to the 15-minute mark, unless they yield their time, just say 15 minutes. Thank you.
First and foremost, shout out to my brother New Breed for coming through with that spiritual voltage, my guy.
Something happened.
Everybody on the panel, brother Rilo, Leon, Ringo, Cool Gent, man, to say y'all keep me surrounded, y'all keep me growing in the faith, and knowing that we are supposed to be a social people. We are supposed to communicate and build on these topics as men of God, and where we can communicate and come up with solutions. And so this topic is paramount, where we be able to socialize and be able to say, hey, this is what I can do. This is what I bring to the table, instead of feeding into this antisocial society. And so my thing is, as quote unquote, the Black community, we have a tendency of putting things under the rug. And just to acknowledge what's going on right now, and to bring out a scripture to highlight it, 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 23, for rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he has also rejected thee from being king. They don't even look at us as kings anymore. And when we over here socializing with each other, what do we call each other? And when I look at my brothers on this panel, I say, what's up, King? Shalom, brother. Because that's how we socialize. And that's how I want to talk to somebody that's my family. But of course, when you have people out here fleecing the algorithm to form negative thoughts about each other, yeah, that's what's going to be born. A society that loves negativity. How can you be social? How can you even want to say, I want to uplift my brother, when literally everything around us is destroying our character? So I appreciate having brothers like this on my side, where we all walking in the truth. We all able to hold each other accountable for the things that come out of our mouth, and knowing that, hey, it's not no sense of one trying to get ahead of the other, but we all make each other better. So it's just coming to a point where we acknowledge how we talk and we grow, and saying we need to bring back socialism. We need to bring back us calling each other kings and queens. Because then that's what's going to lead to us building a society that shows that we're kings and queens. And when we're listening to this music, that's a form of, hey, why would you want to listen to somebody that's talking about killing you or pulling out a gun in your face? And so when I'm over here soaking up the knowledge from Ringo, soaking up the knowledge from New Breed, Rilo, they all over here communicating, feeding my spirit with good, righteous communication. And so it makes me want to be social. It makes me want to say, hey, brother, can I reach out to you? And when we acknowledge that, and when we have panels like this, man, nothing but greatness can be born from it. So just to say that I want to expand with the congregation, Deuteronomy chapter 31, verse 11 through 12. When all Israel come to appear before the Lord thy God in the place which he shall choose, thou shalt read this law before all Israel in their hearing. Gather the people together, men and women, and children and thy stranger that is within thy gates, that they may hear and that they may learn and fear the Lord your God and observe to do all the words of this law. And like what Brother Newberry was saying, how can you really know somebody if you don't never stay spirit? Or in a sense, how can you even want to say you want to build with somebody if you don't know what their intents are? But just by staying in this truth and knowing that these words are from God and having yourself surrounded by people who also believe, you can look at your brother and trust them. You could congregate, you could socialize and say, appreciate you, brother. I love you, brother. Let's keep building, brother. So my thing is, we got to highlight, we got to acknowledge what's going on and then come up with solutions on how to socialize more, how to build with each other more, how to come together and congregate and actually speak on topics of substance that has people leaving inspired to want to go out and speak this word. Because you have several camps that speak the Bible, but does it really make people feel good how they're using it? And it gets to a point, yeah, we need to be held accountable. But at the same time, if we moving in the spirit, we know that we got to bring people in. We know that we got to have that same love, tender merciness that's also in the Bible. So when we communicate, it's not really to bash you. It's to, hey, help you identify what's going on, because we all here to help each other. Ain't nobody perfect on this panel. We all got testimonies that we went through. And hey, to say that if we kept on walking, we know where we would have been. But to say we turned to this Bible in order to say, God, we know that you the truth and you the life. And with you, we shall be fruitful and multiply. And building on this foundation of righteousness with people around us, man, it's a blessing. It's a blessing being up here with these brothers right now. And my thing is, let's acknowledge the beginning of conflict in Genesis. And to be honest, being antisocial, can you really blame people? And it's like, hey, when you look at your brother and you hear the music and you hear the rappers pretty much vocalizing what they'll do to you if they catch you lacking, why would you want to socialize with somebody like that? And so Genesis chapter 4, verse 7, if thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou dost not well, sin lieth at the door, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel, his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel, his brother, and slew him. And the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And just to bring up communication and say, I am my brother's keeper. I'm here for my brother, just like they here for me. And to say, I don't even know these brothers physically, but in the spirit, we move as one. So if you do something against them, you're doing something against me. And to bring back that brotherhood, to bring back that connection, and to stay in the word and to know that God is always with you and he gonna make sure he make a way. And we will all be sent here to be fruitful and multiply, not to hate each other, but to love each other. Love your neighbor like yourself. Are we all connected in the same spirit? Are we all of the like mind? And this brings me back to a parable in the book of Job, where he was going through his testimonies. And he just looked around the people that was talking to him and was like, man, y'all miserable, like comforting me. It's like, why would I even want to talk to y'all when y'all don't even have any soothsaying things that come out of y'all mouth to help me figure out how I'm even going to get back up on my feet? Y'all questioning why I'm down. Y'all over here trying to put me down even more. And it's just like, man, why can't we just say, brother, I got you. I'm here for you. I see what you're going through. I love you. Hey, let's come up with solutions. Let's congregate. Let's figure out how to build this empire. Let's figure out how to get this back. Let's figure out what God meant when everything around us is destroyed, and how are we supposed to respond to that as brothers. You know, and that's just breaking the curse, looking at each other and saying, what can we do to connect and construct this model of righteousness, foundation, hold each other accountable, and get in front of people to the point where we get the support behind us and we got something to show, because the faith without works is dead. but to say that we moving and we got the works to show, we got the spirit alive in us. That's what even brought us together on this panel to connect. So I'm grateful, man. Y'all see nothing but powerful brothers on this channel. Brother Ringo, Brother New Breed, Rallo, Leon the Servant, Cool Gent. We all in here working on one accord. And when we over here doing that, it's hard not to socialize. We want to say I'm up here. I want to speak to these brothers. And when we get to a point like that, where we all around each other and we actually want to communicate and share ideas, and it's not in a sense that, hey, like Ringo was saying, he was in the truth doing the videos before he could even get monetized. So guess what? He moving in passion. And every time I watch one of his videos, I see the passion behind it. And I'll be like, man, here go Yo Roses, because you doing this righteously. You ain't doing this for a game. You doing this because this is something that's inside of you. This is something that truly brings you joy. And to say that that's the only people I want to surround myself with. That's the only people I want to communicate with. The people that's moving in joy. The people who are, hey, looking to the next person and saying, how can I do better? Not just for me, but to share my life for other people. And that's what all